Hi guys, my name is Gita Abiola Loyakunle. I want you to be watching Nas TV Africa. They are giving premium content.
Shout out to Nas TV Africa.
Nas TV Africa, in Africa for Africa.
I thought building a refinery like this is, supposed to be a pride for everybody, because we are not the only country. Angola, they've been trying for 20 years. They are still trying. Uganda, they've been trying for the last 15 years. None of them. There is no production capacity in Africa. Only two countries are not importing, which is, Algeria and Libya. Apart from this, everybody is an importer. We cannot continue to be slaves while we export, raw material, then we import products. But you can see a regulator is giving an excuse to continue to issue license for bad products just because he said that no, they don't want to create a monopoly. So how can we create a monopoly?
Welcome once again to the studio of Nas TV Africa. With me here is Alhaji Nasir Abdulquadri, an economist, the CEO of Nas TV Africa, CEO of the Positive Global Image Consult, and a lot of other things. Welcome back to Nigeria.
Thank
Alhaji
you very much.
Nasir
Abdulquadri. Yes.
Abdulquadri. It's nice to have
you say Haji. Thank you.
Today we'll be talking about this Dangote matter going on together with the NNPC, this saga going on. So we'll be having an in-depth conversation with Alhaji Nasir here today in the studio. So please, Alhaji Nasir Abdulquadri, please can you shed light on this matter? What is going on between Dangote and NNPC, the buying out, the monopoly they are talking about? Just tell us in layman terms, just in a way, a normal Nigerian, average Nigerian would understand. Please, can you explain to us?
Yeah, thank you very much, Rodiat. You see, Nigeria is at a trajectory of gaining what I would call true independence. So when I say true independence, that the greatest of any independence that any human can get in life is financial independence, economic independence. Yeah, we have gotten our independence since 1960, and up to today, we cannot produce anything, and we're still depending on the importation on everything that we wear, we eat, and stuff like that. Now, this kind of discussion is the beliefs of moral standard. It has nothing to do with morality. It's about business. It's about how we feel like. And if we keep saying that the white, the international bodies, the developed world keeps undermining Nigeria, you understand, or Africa in general, there's nothing wrong as far as they are concerned. It's a way of surviving for them. So let me put this to you to lay my background very clear. Do you know that at every point in time, all these developed world, they are having their meetings? Like let's say projection for the next 10 years, projection is for the maybe 2025, for example, and they are having their strategic meeting. Yes. Let's say any of these oil producing world or any developed world at all, that Nigerians depend on them, or they depend on Nigeria as consumption agency. One of the threats where they are discussing their SWOT analysis, they are just discussing the threat to their economy, and they mention Nigeria. And when they mention Nigeria, what is all this threat all about is that if Nigeria should gain independence and they start doing their own refinery, or the refinery begins to work, or they actually face their business to be consuming what they produce, then our economy will be in jeopardy. According to them over there. Yeah. Anyhow, they will analyze further that, do you know that in Nigeria, we depend on Nigeria 40% as a consumption agent? If Nigeria refuses to be buying our product, or they refuse to import from us, then there'll be a problem to their employment. Can you see that? Yeah, then another question we are now raised, oh, that's very difficult. So what do we do? They will now ask themselves, okay, do we increase our production at home level so that we can look for other countries that can buy from us if Nigeria gain their economy independence, or they decide to be refining themselves? Then they will say, no, it's not possible now. If Nigeria should pull out as one of our consumption angle, then there'll be a lot of problem with their economy. So they will now ask themselves, what do we do? Then you have to frustrate whatever that will make them to be independent. It's a natural thing. It's a strategic thing as far as they are concerned. So let us frustrate. They will not say, what do we have? They will say, okay, fine. If we cannot lay our hands on their president, if their president is not on our side, let us see the agents of the government that we can use so that they can help us to frustrate. They say, how do we do this? They will still go further in their discussion. They say, let's look out for maybe individual Nigerians that are businessmen, that we can factor in their interests at our local level here, so that they can help us to frustrate, so that their electricity will not work. They keep buying our generator, so, they keep using our, what this thing called, the chargeable fan, and our solar will keep selling. So their electricity must not work. They said, no, they must not begin to refine themselves. If they refine, then we cannot import again. We cannot export to them again, and they will import from us. And it will affect our employment. It will affect our... Can you see the thinking? Yes. Now, so I'm saying this so that Nigeria can understand the kind of war Dangote is facing now. It's not about his own war. He has said it. Yeah. And I'm not saying this to defend Dangote, whoever it may be. Now, look at the earpiece guy. Look at the way he was practically crying on TV. Look at the kind of frustration he's facing from the international body, international airlines, just because he must not succeed. Yes. Look at the Innocent. You understand? Innocent Motors. That there is of our people to buy his vehicle. They said they could not buy it. They had to buy from Japan, the Toyota. You can see these are the kind of problem we face at local level. It's because Dangote is more powerful. That's why we are discussing him. There are a lot of people that have tried several things that have been killed. Even in our medical line, we have had so many Nigerians that have gotten solutions to so many ailments. The HIV, the diabetes, the this, that the international body will not allow it. And they don't have another agent to use than one of us. They always use local people. So what we're saying is that in the layman terms, you understand, what Dangote is trying to achieve for us is what we have been craving for. Nigeria needs to be independent economically. If this guy, they said monopoly. What is monopoly? Monopoly against who? It doesn't make sense to me. What you're saying is monopolizing. I don't understand what NP is. Is it monopolizing against Nigeria competitors? Disrespect to me, I don't know. Is it they say it wants to be a monopoly? Is it monopolizing against Nigeria competitors? Okay, who else is into refinery? Who else has a plant that Dangote want to own it? Nigeria NNPC, you just say it's a name. You just give it a name, like, okay, NNPC Nigeria Limited. You understand? That's why we just told them to Limited recently. They have been running it this while, all this while, and yet they cannot have 4 refineries standing up. Look at the millions of dollars we have spent on our refineries. In the last 7, recently, they just spent 1.5 billion naira on Port Harcourt, 1.5 billion naira on Wari and Kaduna. Yeah. They're not coming out. Dangote is asking, fine, maybe you are coming out with your own refinery. Maybe you are just saying, why are you claiming that somebody is monopoly? Because the most heartbreaking part is that the agency, the regulators, they're supposed to protect their own, and they were protecting the importation. I don't know. I don't get. So I don't get. Like I said, there are a lot of young people watching this everywhere. There are a lot of young people that want to invest. There are Nigerians that are billionaires outside this country. You understand? That they want to bring back their money. When they are now looking at the richest man in Africa, you are facing this kind of thing, they will ask questions that, hey, why am I to go there? Look at the kind of work. Go and watch YouTube. Go and watch interview of this guy that owns earpiece. And you will see what this guy is facing from international bodies. It's a natural thing. As far as they are concerned, it's fair. All is fair in the game of business. Let Africa, especially Nigeria, must not get their act right. So that's the only way they can be selling. Is a part of their strategy. Whenever, anytime, any day, and towards the end of the year, when they are making their meeting, they call themselves IOC, International Oil Companies, Aramco, PetroChina, all those people. You understand? They would not want. Dangote once, I think, was it Yaradua or Jonathan Obasanjo, they gave him refineries, or a Port Harcourt refinery, so that he can bring it up. The IOC decided on him and their agency that, no, why can you give national asset to one individual? And this guy thought outside the box. I said, okay, fine, I'm going to have my own. So I don't want Nigeria. So all I need from Nigeria is that people will be accusing the dollar or something. This is somebody who is saying that, okay, in a layman term, while I'm also becoming construed for supporting whatever, corruption, whatever. I don't care. I'm not doing that. But what I'm saying is that, is it not better for somebody to take Nigeria money to invest in Nigeria and they get Nigerians to employ? than the stealing Nigeria money and take it to Dubai, to China, to everywhere to go establish business there. Okay, this guy is even indirectly telling us that I don't have any other house anywhere. I don't have investment outside in Africa. So what are you telling me? And they look at the numbers of people on his payroll. If you have this one, if you get this one, if this man should lose out, I'm telling Nigerians out there, if Dangote should lose out in this war of getting our as an individual, getting this never standing, if he should lose out, I doubt if this country will get it. Because if as somebody as powerful as Dangote will lose out to be independent, to be having a local production, then who else? Who else that wants to do it? A lot of people, how can government agent, come out and say that what Dangote is producing is inferior? There's a law in Israel. There's a law in Israel. One of their greatest law is that no matter what, you must buy our own things. Even if the other ones are better than it from other country, we must see way to improve the local one. But here, we use our mouth to destroy our own. They'll say, no, I don't want local thing. I want foreign. What are we doing to increase the capacity of local? That one will take me back to my own Asoke too. We have to go back to Asoke. I've been using it as school uniform. Up to today, we have not been able to. We have been using China as school uniform in the last 50, 100 years. Then, at what point are we going to be using our own local made? It's not just about us. It's international business world, and we have to be deliberate. And I keep saying it. Any president who wants to write his name in gold must be very deliberate in making sure that Nigeria gains it. And they encourage Nigerians, you understand, to start eating our own thing. Where Niger to grow Niger, eat Niger to grow Niger. You understand?
Yes.
Let's do everything. Let's divide Niger to grow Niger. Otherwise, by the time we keep taking this money out, nothing will work. And these people have their own agents among us. That's why I pray that the governments get their act right before people begin to get angry and see through the whole facade and begin to revolutionize. Otherwise, I don't think revolution will help anybody in this country. And we don't pray. Let us be creative. The only antidote to revolution is creativity. And the creativity is one of the things Dangote is doing. Whatever they have, that's a clash of titans. You understand? We don't want Dangote to monopolize. Then Nigeria NNPC should quickly fix their own refinery. Let us have competition. Let us now have the best of the oil. The best of the refined oil. Let us see. Is Dangote the best oil? NNPC Limited is private now. It's a limited company. Let us see. Is their own better? Then let NNPC now try to regulate better. Don't kill people. People are watching us. Nigeria, young people, a lot of Nigerians have money. You understand? By the time you kill all these initiatives, nobody will be interested in this country. Especially this kind of war Dangote is facing. I don't care. The moral angle, sort it. But Nigerian interests really matter. I'm sorry, I get emotional about it. It's something I've been preaching all this while that it's high time we get our act. And the Nigeria should line up behind Dangote now because he's leading the war that we must begin to hit Nigeria to grow Nigeria. He's leading the war now and they should not lose this war, no matter what. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you so much, Alhaji Nasir. That was very, very deep and insightful.
Thank you very much.
I was even going to ask, what can Nigerians do?
Nigeria should line up.
But then you already
they should line up. That they should go and sort the matter. The monopoly, let the refineries, Nigeria Refinery, Port Harcourt, Warri, and Kaduna, let them start. Then let us see the best. But let them be what? Local. We want them locally refined. We cannot be exporting our own crude oil. It's stupidity. We have this thing, we export, look, and they sell it back to us, our own product. Doesn't make sense to them because you are getting money to be rich. You have houses, you already have all the billions in this world. Your children are living fine. Even the great charges are from. Pity Nigeria now. Pity us.
Pity us now.
Pity us. Oh.
Okay, so where does the federal government
Government should stand up and be fair and do the right thing. We do not, and the government is NNPC. They should not. It's utterly irresponsible for you to condemn your own and be pressing the international oil. But who does that? Oh my God. Who does that?
A government that frustrates its people.
Thank
you so much, Alhaji Nasir. Well, he's not Mr. Omalam Nasir like before anymore. He's now Alhaji Nasir Abdulquadri. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
The conversation was really, really deep and insightful. I can feel the emotions they are using to talk. I mean, it's so sad because the situation we find ourselves in as a country, we are not supposed to be here, but then he already advised us that we should stand behind Dangote Gidigba. Whatever clash they have, whatever personal interest that they are trying to solve, it is their business, but we want local refineries to work.
Yeah.
We want to stop importation. We want to patronize our own Nigerians. Let's support ourselves. Let's support ourselves, and it starts now. Because if the largest African investor is facing this, imagine what me and you would go through if we are in his shoes. So please let us come together as one Nigeria and make this happen.
Yeah, we should speak with one voice. Local refinery or nothing.
Exactly.
Okay.
So thank you.
NNPC, Dangote, Boa, whoever that wants to go into local refinery, please go. But local refinery or nothing. That's the stand of Nigeria now.
100%. It is Nigerian all the way. Nigeria. So thank you so much for joining us on this segment. And I'm sure this conversation it is wider than he has just explained. So we'll be having you again some other time so you can share more insights even on some other things that are related to the Nigerian economic situation. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share. Thank you, and bye-bye.
Bye.